The next 6 months, wow, that's a long time.
One of the only grandfather figures I ever had in my life was made a living as a touring actor in the 1920s, and I'm really excited to sort of have the feeling of stepping into those shoes.
I expect it's going to be a nice mixture of, like, being comfortable with what we've rehearsed and then also having to adapt over and over and over again to each new place, which I think is very exciting.
I am excited about learning from my company members and the experiences on the road, because that's what the acting company really is about, is getting into it and continuing your education as an actor.
I'm excited to get to know the cast a lot more intimately throughout the course of the next 6 months.
We're touring 2 plays in Rep, The Spy, and that was when we first met each other on the first day of rehearsal for The Spy in New York City.
Henry V is my favorite play. It's the reason I became an actor, really, and so I would go anywhere to do it. First of all, the tradition is so powerful. It's so visceral when you see the actors that have come through here. And not just people like Kevin Kline and Patti LuPone, of course, but people that I've worked with at the Guthrie. Actors like Richard Ooms and Claudia Wilkins.
John Houseman and I started the acting company in 1972 out of the first graduating class of the drama division of the Juilliard School.
At graduation, John said, "It's the last thing I really need to do right now is start my 7th or 8th repertory company at my age, but I just can't let you all go out there and do garbage. You've been well trained, and you need to keep the training going." We were given equity cards and told, here, we're going to do 4 or 5 plays in repertory. You're going to spend a lot of time on a bus, but we are going to take the classics to America.
One of the best things about working for the acting company is getting a chance to work with Margot Harley, the producing artistic director.
Margot's one of the great heroes of the American theater, because doggedly and with persistence and with clarity, she has stuck to her guns and created a company that tours in times which are extremely difficult. It's extremely difficult to raise money, to find the way of touring, and she does it year after year after year.
I've stayed with the acting company ever since 1972 because I think it remains as important as it was originally. It does 2 things. It develops American classical actors, and it develops an audience for the theater.
You are playing a different theater every night with an ensemble of people that you get to know, similar in the way that Marines get to know each other. You're in the frontline trenches of doing classical work across the country and bringing great stories and great language to communities that never otherwise get to see it.
You spend a lot of time together. You live on a bus half of your life, and the rest of the time you're sharing rooms in hotels and motels. And it's a tight-knit group, and that breeds miraculous chemistry on the stage.
I needed a training program. Not all actors do. I needed the acting company. I needed to tour the country and speak these great words and interact with audiences and just put in my time on the stage, getting comfortable, learning how to make characters my own with a variety of audiences. I couldn't be more glad or more proud of my years with the acting company and the really important stage that played in my development as an actor.
I'd like to welcome the new company. This is a very exciting moment every year when we start the season and we go into rehearsal, and I'm very thrilled to have each and every one of you here.
You approached Joe Dowling at the Guthrie.
I approached Joe because I know that Joe Dowling cares as passionately about the development of young classical actors as I do. We've made a deal where we're co-producing 1 show this year, which is Henry V, and we'll rehearse in Minneapolis and open in Minneapolis and play in Minneapolis for about 3 weeks. And then both shows will go on the road.
The things that I learned night to night, and the things that I learned about myself on the road, and the things that I learned about what kind of actor I wanted to be and what was important to me, I didn't learn at school. I learned it in the company. At the end of the day, you get to act. You get to go out on stage and learn to become a better actor. And it's an opportunity that very few people your age, or my age when I was your age, get to do.